Hello, welcome back to the worst movie podcast in the world. This week we have been looking at Rogue One, and I'm joined by Ryan, Joe, and Decos. Say hello, guys.
Boo.
Buenos
Boo,
dias.
Rogue One.
Hey,
Boo.
what?
We're doing this against our will.
It was. Okay, they're only slightly against the will in this one, but the movie was fun. Anyway, hopping straight into the introduction, let's just get some fresh opinions on it. I'm assuming we've all watched it relatively recently, within the past week or so. So let's just see what people thought about it. Let's start off with Joe because he gave the chuckle, so he has to go
Hey, I
first.
started
You
last
chuckled.
time.
You gotta go
You
first.
chuckled.
You go.
Okay.
Goddamn chuckling rat bastard! Look at you, chuckling
okay.
on that cheese.
It's all right. I just have a problem with Star Wars films like this.
Why?
Okay, and same as like Solo.
Why?
Okay. Because why did they make films that had nothing to do with, the actual key points of Star Wars, which is,
That's why it's
the
called a Star Wars
lightsabers.
story.
And no, but they just make it into a show.
They didn't have.
No,
Disney
they made
Plus
this
then.
film
It didn't
into a
exist.
show.
They did. It's
Yeah,
called
I
Andor.
know. Andor,
Let me speak. So you're saying a Star Wars film about getting the plans for the Death Star and the other Star Wars film about a main character have nothing to do with Star Wars?
Yes, because there's no lightsabers.
I agree with Joe.
There is a lightsaber in
Most
Rogue
of the
One.
time they're
No. Rogue One. I know they did it in Solo after. I was gonna try and make a point, but then I realized that Solo does this even worse. But Rogue One was the first film to come out that doesn't have a single lightsaber fight. What is Star Wars about that?
What do you mean? Literally, Darth Vader carves up a bunch of people.
No, a lightsaber fight, like a Jedi and a Sith, or something along that line.
Yeah, like why didn't the blind dude pull out a lightsaber and stop
Oh
fighting
my God!
Darth Vader?
Yeah, they have to.
What?
We got an old Force user with a stick.
Yeah, man.
That's
why.
a lightsaber-proof stick.
You give him a lightsaber. You negate his badassery. It's the fact he can take people on with a stick. He doesn't need a lightsaber because he's so blind and badass. Also, what is it with this guy playing blind people?
Star Wars film and.
Why does he keep playing blind people?
He always plays
I actually thought that as well. I thought I recognised.
Because you guys have watched John Wick. If you've seen John Wick 4, he's the blind guy in that. So it's like, why is he continuing? Is he blind in real life? I don't think he is.
Maybe we should fact check that.
Yeah, he's not blind. So why has he played a blind guy twice?
He's obviously.
They probably saw his performance.
It's his expertise.
Yeah, and they were like, right, he's our blind guy.
Everyone has a niche. He's just like won in life as an actor because like whenever they need an old blind guy that needs to fight, they'll just go with him.
He's kind of lucky he's not one of those crazy method actors and just start dousing his eyes with bleach to like get prepared for the role. But instead his eyes look like bowls of milk in this one. So I kind of respect that.
Yeah, no. I'm just not a big fan of the non-Jedi.
You could lap that milk up straight from those sockets. I wonder what it tastes like. Probably like dog milk.
What's wrong with you?
That's my opinion. That's my first opinion.
That's his opinion. All right, that's respected.
I don't like Star Wars films that don't have Jedis and Sith. I know it has Darth Vader, but he's in it for like 5 minutes.
That's completely fair, and that's your opinion, Joe. Now we're going to move on to someone else's opinion. So we're going to move Sally on to Decos, because I feel like it'll probably counteract that. So it'll be funny to listen to. Decos? Go.
Well, for this film, I think this film is strong enough to not need it, whereas other films in the Star Wars franchise sort of needed that Star Wars lightsaber fight to make it a film. Like if you take Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul out of Phantom Menace, would you fucking watch Phantom Menace? No.
Yes.
No. Right, no, don't say that.
No,
But
for the same reason, I wouldn't watch any of the other ones without the if you take away the Jedi's versus the Sith out of all the Star Wars films, they're all pretty boring fucking movies. I'm not gonna lie. That's Star Wars is lightsabers.
Which is
and the Force.
I think Rogue One did such a good job. In my opinion, it is the best film in the Star Wars franchise. It's not the best Star Wars film.
What?
It's not the best Star. No, listen.
How dare
It's
you
not the
belittle
best-
Force
No,
Awakens
no.
like
he
that?
is making a valid
No,
point.
no,
To
no.
be fair, he's making a
It's
valid
not
Sorry.
the best Star Wars film,
Mhm.
but it's the best film in the franchise.
Ooh.
That's
If,
a confusing argument.
I
Am I the only
do.
one
it makes
confused?
sense,
I
though. It's
weirdly
confusing,
agree
but
with it though.
Makes sense.
I don't get what that means.
You could take this film out of Star Wars, and it'll still be a good film.
Oh,
Would
okay.
it though?
I
As
see
a
what you're
whole,
saying.
The film is a good film. It's just
Okay.
not the best Star Wars
Because the
film
ending would
because
make
it
no
isn't-
sense.
Yeah.
Took
But
out Star Wars.
you just make it
It
about
would,
some other
because it would
empire or
end it on a
something.
cliffhanger. It would end it on a cliffhanger for the sequel.
Ooh.
Cliffhangers
Okay.
don't need sequels.
I liked the little homage to what is it, Armageddon at the end of Rogue One. Anyone seen Armageddon?
Mm.
Where
I've
I
not
mean, I've
seen
seen
Armageddon.
Bruce
they
Willis,
sit on the
but
beach.
not recently.
Ryan has
Have
seen
you
Bruce
seen
England
Willis.
in a while.
I think
see
Ryan,
what, in
Ryan, you
real
can
life?
pull off Bruce Willis.
No,
Look at you.
on
I think Ryan's got
Oh,
the hair for Bruce Willis.
him like he's the peak of his career like Looper. I've seen him in that.
Right,
The one
okay.
that I found was a bit interesting in this one. And it's obviously the CGI of Tarkin and Leia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit
Yeah.
whack.
Yeah, it's
I'm
because
not gonna lie.
faces
I
are the
felt
hardest
the
thing to
first time
do.
watching it, I
man.
fell flat in the cinema. So
I-
I remember being sat there coming out and
Yeah,
going, and someone going, "Wow, that Tarkin dude, he looks awful." And I was like, "What? There was a CGI guy in there."
I remember being there when that happened. We were there,
Yeah.
and everyone was like dogging
Because
on
I'd
you
never
you
seen
thought
the
he
original
was...
Star Wars
Yeah.
when we went to see that. I watched them
Oh,
afterwards,
fair enough.
and it didn't
But
look
it's
too
not-
bad. It doesn't look too bad in certain lighting for 2016. Basically, at the
Is that
very
when this film
start,
came out?
deep-
2016?
Yeah, man.
2016. But this was
Fucking
like
hell, I didn't
deepfake
realise it was that.
technology
Man, you're
right
getting
in its
old.
advent, where it wasn't particularly great. You couldn't make
Problem
Joe
is, though,
Biden
we will
play
get to, we
Call
will
of
get
Duty
to a
with
point.
Barack.
Yeah, we will get to a point where CGI on people will be so good that
Oh no, they're
our
already making
brains
like
will
a
have their own-
Isn't there like a James Dean Marilyn Monroe film that's meant to be coming out or something?
basically.
I don't
But it's
know.
like the uncanny valley effect will start happening, where CGI will get so good our brains will not register.
The
it
Tarkin
as
one
a
was good.
person.
The Leia one, I think.
The
was
Leia
a
one, I
bit-
think,
was
is
a bit
far more
more.
noticeable
The-
because if you've watched the Star Wars films, you're more used to what Leia looks like than
True.
some
Then,
guy who
yeah.
gets blown the
Mm.
fuck up at the end of the original Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true. Fucking Star
Thing is,
Wars.
the
Stop.
problem with my
No, each
opinion on stuff
film
like
is a different Star Wars, especially the Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace is literally a Star War.
Christ.
Am I wrong?
Mm.
Fucking hell.
It begins
enough.
with a blockade that
That's more
begins
the
the
Clone
war
War.
and an invasion and ends with the war ending. The Star War, that is the Star War of the
The
Star
Star
War.
War
it
happened.
didn't end. It didn't end the war.
Even a
it
New Hope,
further
even a New
outlived
Hope
the
can be
war.
seen as a Star War that comes to an end because if they didn't get a sequel to A New Hope, it kind of wraps up fine. The Death Star gets fucked. Vader naffs off into the abyss. Like
He's just doing his
Palpatine hasn't
thing.
been introduced yet.
He makes
Eh?
a valid point.
Anyway, I think we should move on to our Logline.
Anyway. Well, no, we haven't
No,
had Ryan's
what about
definitive
Cameron?
opinion.
What
We
about-
never had
what about
Ryan's
Cameron's
definitive
opinion?
opinion.
Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Cameron's opinion.
I
sort of said
I-
his Logline already,
I
so-
think it is the best Star Wars film that Disney made. But I don't think that's a very high bar to
Boo.
say. To be
No,
honest.
Last Jedi
no. Okay, no.
Yes.
Cameron raises a valid point there. It is the best one Disney have made compared to the trilogy.
Last
It
Jedi.
is
I will
miles
stand
better.
by the Last Jedi.
The
Day I die.
only other one
Porgs.
that would hold it.
You
Fuck
only like
you
that
and your
film because of the
porgs.
Porgs. You only like it because of the Porgs. To be fair,
The only other
in
one
the
that
cinema,
would
when the
hold
Porgs
it
turned up,
Nah,
the turning around and seeing your little face when the Porgs are there, and you just go, "Ah!" it did sell it. It did sell it.
The Porgs are amazing. The Porgs are amazing. It has big moments. Sure, it's not perfect. The whole Rose and Finn plot is a bit meh.
Oh god, that meh.
especially
Bloody horrific.
especially in the Last Jedi, that end fight scene on Crate
It's
with
not
like
needed.
dust clouds and stuff. It's not needed, but fuck, it's cool.
Rose and Finn is a whole 20-minute segment you can skip out, and it still progresses the plot.
The best
Ryan's losing his
character.
mind.
The
He's
best
losing
No,
his
but that's the
character
mind.
whole.
is
But then
Captain
that's the whole point of
Phasma.
the film. The whole point of the
Captain
film was that
Phasma.
it
It doesn't
explores.
matter.
But it explores different paths. So it sort of sets up like 4 different stories, and only one of
Yes,
them
but
can
I want
really
path within- I want
conclude.
path of reason and
Jesus.
cause
Nah,
and
but the
effect.
reason
They have
is
no
that it's
effect.
these different ways that they're trying to
Effect.
fix the issue. It's everyone trying to get get away, get out of this like dire situation. Okay, we're talking about Rogue One. We're talking about Last Jedi.
Get back to
No,
let's
Joe,
get
the
The
back to
Last
Rogue
Jedi
One.
was a monumental turning point in your life, Ryan. You changed as a man when you saw that film, so it's
Look,
okay for you
I-
to talk about it.
Didn't we all?
I'm not saying
Didn't we
you know,
all?
Porgs were my spiritual awakening, but maybe the Porgs
They
were
were
my
your
spiritual
sexual awakening. That's what they were.
Can't we
Anyway,
say
Only
evil?
when
moving
I would,
into
I would not fuck a
you were
Porg.
you were tenting a mountain when we were in that movie, watching it in the cinema.
I would like to stop this by saying one thing. I'm happy Chewie was going to eat the pork. Let's move on. Your opinion?
Anyway,
I was
we're
happy
heading
when I
into the
saw
log
Chewie
That's
line
the
get
only
thrown
time in my
showdown.
life I've ever considered becoming a vegan was when Chewie was about to eat that pork.
Log
You're full of
line
shit.
showdown. Let's get a little summary of what the story was and what the hell was going on. All right, let's have a little tussle. Let's have a little fight. Let's see who gets the coveted logline point this week. Something that everyone desperately fights for on a weekly basis. Who will get it? Could it be me? Maybe.
No.
Right.
No.
Sign off with.
Okay. I want to put something out there real quick. Yeah.
I'm not getting the
sorry.
logline point for the sole fact of I've said my logline.
God damn
Stop,
it.
Meg. Well,
I'm
I'm
the
just
lead, so
going
I'm
to
gonna
say
be, I'm
as
gonna be
well,
rescuing my
if
logline.
Cameron, if you intend on reading the description of another movie for the 6th week in a row, I will cut out your entire logline section. I swear
And you
to
will
God.
lose a point.
And
No!
you'll lose a point.
No!
Let's
Not my
get
point.
into it then. I hope everyone's got one.
Yeah, let's get into it. Joe, do you actually no? You started last time. Ryan, you start.
I did.
Oh god, no, my logline's unhinged.
Start
Come here.
it. Start it.
But then
Okay.
we can cut it.
Well, I mean, my I guess it's not really a logline, more an observation of my life over the past week that I sort of came to the realization of whilst watching this movie. All toast at some point must have been bread, but not all bread will become toast.
What?
Star Wars has caused a spiritual awakening
As
in
for the
Ryan.
What?
second time.
The question. Have you just been
The
like
second
smoking while
coming.
you've been watching these films? That's what's been going on.
We are recording this on 420.
Oh my god, we are.
Oh my God.
Decos? Do you want to go? Do you want to give it that? Wait, actually, Ryan, what even was
mine-
yours?
Ryan's
I could
was
put-
a toast.
All
Yeah.
toast has
Bread.
been
Alright,
bread,
it-
but bread
Yeah,
is
all
Yeah,
bread,
toast
it's
was
not
at some
toast.
point bread, but not all bread will become toast. It's deep, it's meaningful, and it's
It's
relevant
not.
to the movie because
Fucking stupid.
much like how the original Star Wars was toast, it was straight fire. This movie is bread.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Decos.
Undercooked.
Log line. Log line.
Undercooked bread. Undercooked bread.
Log line cuss. Log line cuss.
He doesn't
Okay,
have one.
he doesn't have one.
I want to say it's the best thing since sliced bread because of Ryan.
You should have just said that. You should have just said it.
I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
take it
Decos,
into
Decos,
consideration.
Decos. Wait, stop. I'm going to cut here, Decos. Say it with prowess, okay? And we will all laugh.
Okay. Count me in.
3, 2, 1, go.
Take Rogue One. It's the best thing since sliced bread.
Wow. That is brilliant.
Lol.
That is
Lol.
brilliant.
Ruffle.
How did you come up with that?
Lamau.
That is fantastic.
Can this be a short from Joe saying he's going to cut it?
Sure, it can be, buddy.
Right,
Anyway, my
alright,
actual
cool.
logline
So we have
is,
two bread-themed
my
ones at the moment to go with Rogue
Two
One,
bread
the most bread-themed movie.
I
that
feel like I need to come up with a bread theme logline now.
Right, Joe, off you go.
Joe wasn't ready for the cameos.
I
in this.
wasn't. I actually, this is going to make me look like a little weirdo because I actually have a logline that I did.
Oh well.
Can
Everyone else
bread
is-
be put into it in some way?
Wait, okay, Cameron, go with yours. I'm going to see if I can incorporate
Films
bread
the bread.
into
Okay,
my.
okay, yeah.
Into
I
my.
can go in mine. I have one prepared this week in actuality. So
I knew it would have been. I knew it was going to be a mistake for you guys to pick me first for the log line
Right.
because of how unhinged it was.
I'm prepared. So young Jin Erso finds adventure when she joined forces with Cassian Andor and a gang of misfits, including a droid named
Leaving the blurb off
K2SO.
the Rogue One.
No. And together, the crew devises a daring plan to travel to the beach planet Scarif to steal the plans of to steal a valuable plan of the Death Star in need of a fast ship to escape with those plans. They meet, what is it? Princess Leia to get it off the ship with her.
Yeah, that was
Cameron,
bad.
you,
That was
I honestly
bad.
think you should still lose a point for reading that like a DCOS fun fact.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
you're losing a point.
Alright,
We're going
if-
back to
No,
minus
So-
one.
no, I want to ask, what film was that you swapped the names for?
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You're going
loses a
back to
point.
minus
No,
one. You're going
come
back to
on.
minus
I
one.
thought I could
No,
get
you
away
are.
with it.
No, we said at the start.
It
if you
fitted
did
really
it
well
again,
though. It was the
No,
plot
it
of the
doesn't matter.
movie.
Yeah.
It was the
yeah.
plot of the
Sad
movie.
trumpet. No, you're going to minus one. It's already been decided.
It was the plot of the
I'm
movie.
really struggling to find out a way to fit some sort of bread joke into my
Just
logline.
say bread. Just at some random point in there. Just say
Okay,
bread in a monotone
At
voice.
first, I thought Cameron's logline was based off
In the-
Indiana Jones at the start.
No, that.
No,
It
the
could have
competition
been
this week
Indiana
is undercooked and frankly a bit mouldy in some cases.
That's another good bread pun there. Okay.
I like pop.
Well, you know, I just thought I'd rise to the occasion.
Okay, you need to stop.
Yeah, you're just flowering us with all these puns, man.
Yeah, my bad. These puns have been half baked.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus
You need to
Christ.
order a top first. Christ, make me a sandwich woman.
Right,
Oh,
well, Joe
yeah,
didn't have a
that-
long line either.
No, I do have a log line, but I can't get any. Okay, I'll just say mine because not like.
Just say the
massive.
log line.
All right,
Say it.
here's mine. In this epic sequel to the Disney Plus extravaganza Andor, Jyn Erso is sent to uncover the greatest threat the galaxy has ever faced: blind Jedi with
That's
walking
Alva.
stick and
Whoa.
bread.
And bread. Just a little bit of bread.
Just a bit of bread.
Just a bit of bread.
Single slice.
Darth
Just a
Vader.
bit of bread.
Darth Vader. Instead of a lightsaber, it's a baguette.
God damn it. Well, there we go. Right, those are the log lines. Let's go on to the voting then.
As always, Cameron, you're first.
What do you mean?
So every
You're
week
first.
you vote
Yeah.
first because you vote like a mental patient.
Sitting on a baby.
I liked Joe's. I want to vote for Joe.
Nice.
I liked his
Yes.
incorporation of bread at the end. It made me
Thank
chuckle.
you. That was the hardest part. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'll
well,
go next.
yeah, Joe, off you go.
I'll vote one breadstick to. I'll go with Ryan due to the ensemble of bread puns that happened.
There we
after.
go. All right, Decos.
No.
Oh. What? Well, we
Okay.
need a
Refuses
point.
to participate in
No,
democracy.
no.
I am the wrong film. How about Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. 2 for Ryan. Right. Well, Ryan.
Well, you know what? My
Ryan,
vote doesn't.
you
My
won
vote
that
doesn't
too.
matter.
Unless
But
it's
I
for
have
Joe.
to give it to my bread brother in DCOS.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm the only one who
Bread,
actually
bread.
did one though. This is fucking
But he's Bread
bullshit.
Brother.
No, I actually
This
did
is-
one. My actual one was it's the best film in Star Wars, but not the best Star Wars film. But I said that previously, so I ran with the bread.
You remember
I'm
the
the only
bread.
fucking one who did one.
Mine
still-
summarised the film accurately, to be honest.
Yours was fucking shit, Cameron. It went on for like half an
summarised
hour.
the film. It summarised the film.
So what? Does Ryan win again?
Yeah.
He's fucking fixing it for himself.
His
I-
logline was the best thing since sliced bread.
Ryan
the
should
bread.
Ryan
Of course,
should have
chaos.
to vote. Ryan should have to vote second so that it's not because he wins before it gets to him.
Joe, to be honest, I was always gonna vote for Decos for Bread Brother.
This is bullshit. I'm the only one that did one.
Just because you've thrown your lead, Joe.
Joe,
God
now you know how I
fucking damn
feel.
it.
Now you know how I feel, Joe. This
No,
is every
Cameron,
week.
because I actually have
Right,
4
if
points. I'm the
Ryan
closest
had-
one to Ryan.
What do you mean?
Cameron has
I'm an
to
up
vote
and comer.
first and
I'm
Ryan
an
has-
up and comer.
If Cameron has to vote first and Ryan has to vote second, this isn't very democratic.
I love democracy.
You're an asshole.
Up
Okay,
and
let's
comer.
go. Let's go to the point.
All right.
Right. There you
That's
go. Using the power of editing, we've given Ryan a baguette to like show his. There you
I shall
go,
try.
Ryan.
Cherish that trophy till the day I die.
So, Cameron, where are the scores sitting now then? Just so I know.
Well, so
You're
I'm
not gonna lie?
I'm currently on a Gentleman 0. Digos is
Minus
on
one.
Digos is on a Young
you-
Boys 2. Joe, you're on an
Ooh,
Elderly
hello.
Woman's 4, and Ryan
Okay.
is on a Bustling Toddler's 6.
He's on a half baker's dozen. You missed the joke, you ass.
Oh my
No, wait,
God.
no, Joe, because a baker's dozen is 13.
No, it's not. It's 12, isn't it?
13, because you make an extra one.
Oh, the
Well,
baker's. Yeah, you are
well.
right.
Joe
Looks like I'm gonna have
can't
to
do
add
math,
donkey
Joe.
ears
Damn
to
it.
your
I didn't
to your
make-
little mo.
Coming,
I did it. The math didn't math.
coming
No,
in here
didn't
before your yeast has even risen.
That is not how bread is made, but okay.
I know, the yeast expands. Fuck
Right,
you, I'm not a
moving
baker.
on to the general
This is not
discussion,
baking
which is
advice.
probably going to turn into a discussion about bread. Let's let's figure out where we're going. Let's figure out.
I'd rather talk about loaves of bread. Than
Now, let's talk about the bad boy of the bread world, the naan.
the naan.
Naan does come in
Naan.
clutch sometimes. Hey Ryan, we're going for a naan
Naan.
tomorrow,
bread
aren't
in front of me
we?
right now.
What was it? Why is everyone silent? What the fuck?
Right. Anyway,
Let's
let's
go
go
back
I don't know what you said.
Okay. Let's what can we talk about with this fantastic Star Wars movie?
It's a solid film.
Solid film.
It's
Just a
okay.
solid film.
It's yeah, I'm more with Joe. It's okay.
There's nothing
It doesn't.
wrong with
The
it.
fact that it's sort of the whole big thing of it, and I guess where a lot of the enjoyment from the first watch comes, is that they kill everyone off at the end. Just doesn't hit again on rewatch, so
Yeah.
it doesn't lend itself to
I
a
would-
rewatch. It's very much so like,
Yeah, I agree.
oh, you went to see it in the cinema once, it was fantastic, and then you buy it on DVD and go, huh.
I would like to make a point that we raised earlier. So Dekos, when Dekos was saying about how he thinks this film is good because the story stands without having the Jedi and stuff. However, I'd like to counter: if Darth Vader was not in this movie would be so boring, in my honest opinion.
He was in it for like 2
scenes
minutes.
in this film, but those 2 minutes. You've got the fight at the end, the only time you see a flipping lightsaber, and he's cutting down those rebels, and also seeing the Vader castle. Those are the 2 best scenes in the entire film, in
I
my
thought the
opinion.
entire third act is pretty much the best part of the film, where they basically just go fucking ham and just recreate Vietnam.
What, Battlefront?
Yeah,
It's
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Lobby.
They butt up
Nah,
to
that
it, set
wasn't
it
very
up.
good.
They were just going ham. I thought it was really cool. I thought the action really hit. I thought they had a good. They were building up towards it, and I feel like they paid it off. And I feel like the Darth Vader bit was just icing on the cake. I feel like I had a good little Victoria sponge from it, and then I get a little bit of icing on top,
Yeah.
and I was enjoying my meal.
There's
It was a
no
good time.
cake puns
It's
here,
difficult for me
Cameron. Only
because
bread.
I've watched this after watching all the new Star Wars stuff, and like the Bad Batch TV show had Saul Guerrero in it.
Oh,
and
batches. We're bringing it back to bread.
So,
It never
yeah,
left.
Batches, right,
It
you
never
bring back
left.
Batches.
Yeah,
But Saul,
The bad
Saul
batch.
God,
Guerrero
they've gone
is
stale.
even more of a
They've got stale stock.
Saul Guerrero is even more of a cunt because of what happened to Bad Batch. So
Mm.
Who's
this time
that
I was
again?
watching it like, I'm glad you died. The guy that James can imitate really well.
Yeah, he
I
can.
don't know who that is.
What do you mean? Sweet.
Have they
How do you not know who
seen
Solgar? What?
Oh, is he the one that was in like the cave?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
weird,
with
the weird
weird-
Oh,
squid
was he the
thing.
dude with Bogale?
Yeah,
Yeah, the weird
Borgale
squid
knows the
thing.
truth. Honestly, Borgale didn't even need to be in the movie. Like, it didn't.
No, he
Right,
did.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we
There's
don't know
no-
the gender of Bogale, but it is the greatest performance I think in the film.
His voice is just so fucking weird. I'm
What
sorry,
Yeah,
Borgale?
I don't know why. I don't know what they let him do. Why did they let him do it?
I don't know.
Like,
He's
it
the
was
best
just like, oh,
performance in
he's
the
just like,
entire film. Why
Bogale
did they let
knows
it?
the truth. It tends to send you mad. And they were like, yeah, that's it. That's the take.
We're rolling with that one. Hey, it's an
Oh,
iconic
God.
scene now. It's an iconic scene.
It is.
I
My
can
favorite
quote it.
character from the film is one I actually can't remember the name of, but
Jesus
the
Christ.
geezer, the geezer with the machine gun, the
I knew
Maori
you'd
guy.
like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he was
screams
cool
Joe.
as fuck. Yeah, he was cool as fuck.
It's because he's the
but-
fucking support class from
Actually,
Battlefield. That's why you
yeah,
fucking
no,
like him.
Mate, this was Battlefront the movie. You want to talk about a good video game movie? You basically take the
No,
last 20 minutes of
Battlefront
this
is
film.
Star Wars the video
No,
game.
No,
What?
listen. If you took the final battle, the last 20 minutes, and served that as like a short film and said that it was a Star Wars Battlefront movie, I would lap it up. You know, it genuinely was. It looked like one
Joe,
of the maps as
you
well.
are absolutely insane. It's because they based the map on
Not like one of the matches they did in the first one.
what?
But yeah, no, but him and the blind guy, that duo. Okay, the best line in the entire film was when they were
Then they put the
kidnapping
bag
him.
over him.
It was like, really,
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Joe,
And they bag him when he's...
you seem to have really enjoyed this movie. You seem to have a lot of favourite scenes.
No, I really
Yeah,
enjoyed those two characters, and I kind of...
Well, they were in the
but the
film
rest-
quite a lot, Joe.
Well, I watched it, yeah, so I did
Yeah.
see the entire film. So.
Yeah.
I like Direct Krennic like a lot in terms of he isn't someone you really up until TV shows and stuff you've seen in terms of the Empire. Everyone in the
Yeah.
Empire and all the films were cool, calm, collected, and you see she's slightly unhinged, obsessed, and
Like
all
Ryan.
that.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
I
I'm
liked
kidding. Ryan's a
Janessa's
sweet.
dad as well.
Ryan's a sweet dough. Dough of little dough.
One thing I
Red
think
dough.
they should have
Whoa,
done.
Bread
okay,
dough?
back on
Red
dough.
dough.
Yeah, you gotta knead your dough, guys. Remember that.
Mm.
Don't forget it. And don't
Otherwise-
forget, the
otherwise
bread
your
is a
bread's gonna
key
come out
component
cooked.
in the buns used on Burger King burgers.
Oh,
And
okay,
that-
Burger King,
bring this in.
please
and that-
sponsor us.
And
I
there's that...
do think
there's that-
Burger King's bread is probably among the top breads
I
that
think
have ever breaded.
Burger
If we were to
King is
bread
the
breaded
best
chicken
product.
with Burger King bread, that would be
yeah, true. KFC,
Damn, you're talking about Burger King. You got me
collab.
pacing. You got me pacing around the room even thinking about it.
Anyway,
yeah.
back to
It's just mouth.
Spawn.
It's just mouth watering thinking about
All
whole
right.
Whopper.
Let's let
Presenting.
Decos speak. We did just start talking about Burger King midway through his sentence.
That's actually a good segue into the other greatest line
No,
in
no,
this
let
film. Where Darth Vader...
Decos Let him talk. Let him talk.
No wait. When
No,
Darth
no,
Vader,
you wait.
no.
Joe,
When Darth Vader says,
Joe.
"Try not," when Darth Vader says, "Try not to choke on your whole grain."
What? What?
Sorry, I started laughing at my own joke before I could finish it.
King
Anyway, carry on.
Decos, please continue. I'm sorry about the disruption.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on whole grain?
No,
One thing
no.
they
Sorry.
If you eat
Okay.
whole grain wheat, you can get whole grain fucked.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Carry on, Decos. My bad.
I think they should have played into more like espionage in terms of trying to get the plans and everything. Like, I think if they made the the middle part of the film really tense and everything,
Like a good loaf of
they
bread.
literally are stuff over bed, you know.
I have ruined this episode. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
When,
the
when I
further in this
mentioned
episode
bread in my logline, I had no
Yeah.
idea of the implications that it would
to be
have on the
honest,
rest
though,
of
it
the
kind
episode.
of adds to the weight of the fact why you won. You know, the log line's been very influential for this episode so
True.
far.
All right. Aside from the bread, I thought it was a good time.
It was
What's your
okay.
thoughts, Ryan?
I mean,
Well,
wait, we're back on the intro. How have we got back to the introduction?
No, but I mean in terms of
Like,
just general
All
discussion,
right.
like what?
What about the
You know what?
effects?
Who were your
You know what?
favourite characters and everything?
I'll bring up K2SO then, because this is sort of like the comedic relief of the film. Now, I don't know whether my sense of humor is just. I think I mentioned this earlier in the week to you guys, but I'll say it again for the people listening. When I first watched this, I thought K2SO was genuinely quite funny.
Mhm.
But now I don't know whether my sense of humor is just so fucked to the point where Jar Jar is unironically funny. But I did not enjoy K2SO that much. I kind of found him to just be cringy and not very funny. Because
I can
the
agree with that.
style of humor is one that has just been, I think, so overused in the past like 5-10 years by pop culture films.
Yeah. I do kind of get that. I remember when it first came out, I also thought
When
K2SO
I watched
was
it
really
earlier
funny.
this week,
But then
I
we can't
remember.
hold that to the detriment of the film, because it's not the film's fault that the humor got overused. The film used it when it was at its peak, and it was funny when it came out. So we can't judge the film on that. It's not the
Yeah.
film's fault that other people ruined it.
I will say, out of all of the because Star Wars films always have a trope of having one comedic relief robot. I think out of a lot of them, he's one
Well,
of the better
two.
ones.
Normally it's two, Joe. You got a little R2D2 C3PO running around.
True,
The little comedic duo.
But I mean, like you got like BB-8 in the new ones.
It's
You
true.
got R2. You got and in this film you've got.
It's because all the
K2SO.
droids are horrifically enslaved, so they have to find
Yeah.
they have to find humor somewhere. So
I mean,
they can...
out of all of them, and like even in like the TV shows, you
Then-
had the
then you've got
flipping
Han
droid
Solo
in
with the,
Mandalorian and everything. But
Yeah,
I think
those-
K2SO is
Actually,
one of the
the
better ones.
droids are the main characters in Star Wars.
It's true.
Is that true?
Technically,
The first
Technically, yeah.
Star Wars starts out with
technically,
it's just
Star Wars.
it's just C3PO and R2D2 for like
I mean,
first 30
technically,
minutes.
the
They're the
entire
main
Star
characters.
Wars,
Everyone
the
else is
entire
just like a
Star
side
Wars
character to
main-
them.
in the entire Star Wars like main stories, you can technically argue that the stories are through the eyes of the droids.
Yeah, they're the ones they're in like every film
Can
as
you?
well.
Hmm.
Other than the Star Wars stories, I'm pretty sure C3PO and R2D2 are in every Star Wars film. They're the main characters.
They're even in
It's where
this
the
one.
story
Wow,
starts.
famous characters.
They turn up in
no,
this one.
When Rey is
They
6
were-
feet
They
under,
were in Rogue One. They
you know,
were in Rogue One.
C3POs. Yeah, no, I said apart from the Star Wars stories. They are in
No,
the
but no,
stories.
but he's
I
right
don't
though.
think they were in Han Solo, but yeah.
No, but they would
Yeah,
have been
another
in
Star
Rogue
Wars
One. 'cause-
story.
No, but they would have
That is
technically
Han
been
Solo,
in
Star
this.
Wars
They were
story.
in this film because
I'm saying the main,
Yeah,
like the three trilogies. They're in every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the main
Yeah, they were in
characters.
it.
Everyone else is just a side character to R2D2 and C3PO.
Hmm.
Oh.
It is those two going around, having a hoot round the universe, running into other people on the way.
Yeah, the fact that
true.
they lived so long is quite bizarre.
I mean,
'Cause
without
they're
R2D2,
robots. They
we
don't
would have
live.
never have without the presence of R2D2, we would have never have watched the most epic lightsaber fight in Revenge of the Sith.
R2D2 just
Because
chilling.
he does so
R2D2
want to
just
challenge-
letting war crimes
challenge.
take place. That's why he
True.
completely
R2D2 is- he is an
unrestrictedly
unhinged fucker.
allowed Anakin to go and just like massacre all the separatists. He probably killed a few younglings as well, just for the shits and giggles.
The R2D2 youngling killing car.
He definitely did, because those little shits would have like tried to spray paint him or like push him over when he was like following Anakin around. So he was just like when he saw the opportunity,
enough.
Just goes round zapping them with that
no,
little
not
that comes
zapping.
out.
Remember in Revenge of the Sith where he sprays oil on one of those droids and just ignites it? That's exactly what he did in like the little Jedi orphanage, just like spraying oil everywhere, just setting ablaze. Just
Oh my god!
a bunch of children. That's what he did. He's got the little.
It was
look in his eye.
R2D2 that destroyed the academy, and not
Oh my
Kylo
God,
Ren.
Where do you think the flames
why
came from?
That's why he
It came
shut off.
from R2D2.
That's why he shut himself
Yeah,
off
he
out of
knew-
guilt. He
He
knew
knew
that
it wasn't guilt.
caused
He was hiding from the feds.
He turned himself off because he'd massacred
The
many,
cat tracking
many
him, he's not
younglings
online.
on
And then he
two
came
separate
back
occasions.
And then he came back online like 20 years later after he'd
I was-
served his life
It's
sentence.
true. He has been present for the destruction of 2 separate like Jedi academies full of children.
Two
where they've all
Jedi,
horrifically died.
Yeah, I
academies,
mean,
a
one time-
republic, 2 empires.
If you're there the first time, it's a horrific event. If you're there at the second one, it's kind of a bit suspicious now.
Yeah.
It's like, this droid is there both times children have died.
Yeah. See,
he can
C-3PO
complain.
wasn't. He wasn't there. He was
Yeah.
off somewhere else in each one of those
Yeah.
circumstances.
Like,
But
3PO,
R2-D2
maybe, do you reckon R2D2 like abuses him? Into staying quiet.
Watching these films
Yeah,
back,
he actually
C-3PO is
does.
a little bitch to R2D2.
How's no one brought? Everyone's always talking about Darth Jar Jar, but what we should really be talking about is
Yeah, but you
Emperor
said that
R2.
how-
You
Oh
just
my
said I've
God.
got a very vivid image in my head when after you said that he
Oh,
was
God.
like R2 burning down a youngling orphanage and then just beep beep boop. But the subtitles
tell
like, "What have I done?"
Is there now to talk about lights, camera, and
Life.
action?
Oh,
Uh,
lights, camera, and action. I want to say the
I
special
like-
effects in this were
This
fantastic.
This film is aesthetically pleasing, especially stuff like Jeddah being blown up and seeing that wave of fucking planet just coming towards them.
Yeah, I can agree. The look of this movie was very nice.
Scarif was a very good planet for what they were trying to do in terms of the final fight. It was bright enough and
Look like the
to show
Maldives.
everything going in there, everything going on. Unlike most end fight scenes, it tends to be a dark place, so they can sort of hide stuff.
Hide what?
Uh,
Loaves of bread.
shit CGI and all that stuff. So yeah,
I don't think the
also
CGI was
like
that
the
bad. That
trench
was
room.
really
I like
good.
the trench room with the X-Wings as well. That was very good.
Actually,
when
no,
they're going-
actually, sorry. There is something I do want to bring up, and something that really ruined the film for me. Okay. Now, I get it is it's a Star Wars film. Like, weird, crazy stuff happens. However, you cannot convince me that tiny rebel ship was able to push one of those giant fucking...
No, but Joe, that Star
Yeah.
Destroyer was disabled.
No,
Did you not hear him?
Bro, even so, the mass of that Star Destroyer, you're telling me it not only got shoved by the little ship, but got shoved with such force and speed that it obliterated the other one. It didn't just crash into the one, it almost sliced the top of it. That is no way that's possible. That's like trying to say that like an immobile...
so it makes it way easier. But
No, but that's like saying but even if you got like an immobile cruise ship and got a small boat to try shove it by pushing itself into it, that's not going to happen. And that ship's just floating. It's not going to happen. It still has weight to it, even though it's in space. You can't just shove it like that and it crash into the other one. That was
technically,
ridiculous.
it has mass, not weight.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't look right though. Like the ship looked tiny compared to this fucking Star Destroyer.
It would absolutely work. That would absolutely work.
Do you honestly reckon it would work? I don't think it would work.
No. It was large enough that it's got.
Because in that case,
it's
why do they
space.
ever bother fighting each other and not just crash into each other and push them away?
They probably do. That's kind of what they were showing. They're probably like, this is how they would probably. It's because the other ones they were kind of limited to. They can't like
Also,
they couldn't
Rebels
CGI
don't
a
really
ship
have a lot of
smashing into
money.
another one in like the 70s and have it look.
I don't
right.
know, man.
And
I
also,
don't know.
the rebels don't have a lot of money. They never like in this.
Yeah,
film
they
at
don't want to
this
just
point,
be
they're still
wasting their
rebelling.
ships. Yeah, they're basically using. It was a big battle. They could probably afford to
Yeah,
use
it just
one.
kind of
Is there a
bugged
reason
me.
why it was a big
Look, if
thing?
that bugs you, Joe, the fucking Last Jedi where they hyper jump through and destroy the
No,
entire
'cause
battle station.
No, but no, that makes more, and that looked way cooler. And
Yeah,
that makes more
that
sense.
scene is badass.
No,
Yeah,
the scene
and,
may be badass.
that makes
However,
more
why?
sense because the
No.
whole idea of hyper jumping is
But then
non-realistic. So we
the
can't
issue
imagine
that
the
creates
force.
is
So they're
why don't they
traveling.
just do that? Why don't they just do that to the Death Star?
Well, exactly, but that's the question
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
asking
the
now.
point.
Yeah, why can't they just shove the
They
fucking
did.
ships
Like,
into...
they
They could
probably
have done it the entire
could.
time. They just didn't because they're dumb
Exactly.
fucking didn't
That's-
think about
yeah,
it. The exact
that
same
was
way
my
you
question.
didn't think about it after
It
you watched the original Star Wars film.
It wouldn't have much of an issue when they're smashing it into the Death Star because the Death Star's big enough that a normal Star Destroyer hitting it, not at light speed, just getting shoved into it, wouldn't do much. However, they had a pretty flimsy little like door frame. It was actually just one little thing creating that entire jet energy shield. So one ship hitting it with enough force and enough just speed, it would have caused a bit of an issue. So it was a very specific circumstance that worked for it. Whereas the hyperspace jumping, they can literally do in any circumstance. So it's way too broad, it's way too open, and it's a massive plot hole in that film.
No, it
You know,
isn't.
it's also a plot hole.
Is.
Do you know what's also a plot hole? The first Star Wars literally...
You know what my favorite plot hole is? The hole in the middle of a bagel. Now that is my favorite
Ah,
kind
that's a good plot hole.
hole.
What's your favorite topping on a bagel?
Ooh. You know, I like
Another
it when a
mini
bagel
bagels.
has icing on it and becomes a donut. Now that, ooh.
Are donuts just iced bagels?
Nah,
No.
it's a different type of dough. But
If it was an
you
ice,
get my
but if it was
I
an ice
know,
bun
I know.
bagel, then yeah.
I know.
Ooh, ice bun bagel. Why hasn't anyone tried one of them yet? That'd be really good.
Yeah, and ice bun, but as a bagel,
Ah!
that'd be
That's
awesome.
just
Ice
called
bun
a donut.
bagel.
Shit, as a Joe,
That's
cut this.
just
This
called
is a
a-
market. This is our
This
$1 billion
our
idea.
We cannot let anyone else have this. Because legitimately, no one's tried it. No one's tried that yet. I've never seen one, so we could corner the market. We could get Sainsbury's to buy up our stock.
Anyway, is there any
It's the dream.
other... What are the sections? Oh, the acting. Is that a section that we talk about?
Oh, yeah.
The acting?
But the acting was
There's
pretty
lights.
good.
Action.
Acting was solid.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
acting was solid.
I had no
I
issues with it.
preferred whoever played Jyn Erso. I felt that she would be a
Felicity
miles
Jones.
better. She would be a way better cast for Rey than
Yeah.
No.
Yes!
What do you
I
mean,
do
no?
not think Felicity
Don't
Jones is
disrespect
like doing
Daisy
this.
Ridley.
What,
Don't
Ryan?
disrespect
Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley is pretty good in the
Actually,
Star Wars films. She is
Daisy,
weak.
yeah, to be fair,
Felicity
Daisy Ridley
Jones is
never did
weaker
anything
than
wrong.
Daisy
Daisy Ridley was just given a poor script. I feel like they would have been in both the same position. It was the writers and the directors.
Star Wars prequels is great.
We'll talk about the prequels. Talk about the sequels.
Oh, I meant the sequels, yeah.
No.
You know, and the sequels also, I mean, they get a lot of bonus points as well, the sequels. Because, of course, you've got John Boyega. That's an instant, like, you know, that benchmarks them all at, like, 2 stars.
But he does nothing in the movie. He just screams Ray in all 3 of them.
May as well be just
He's
telling us
John
to turn our phones
Boyega.
off.
He's
They
a
had to-
fucking
they
national
literally-
treasure, you
They
piece of
cut
shit.
exactly. That's actually mad because they cut him out of half the film so they could sell it in
Because
China.
they knew that they could. He was overpowering. You ever heard of too
He
much
was
of a
too
good thing?
good an
Cameron?
actor. He was too
Too
good
much
an
of
actor.
a good thing.
Jesus
The one with
Christ.
breadcrumbus with his rays.
The View Cinema
No,
chain would have gone out of business if they'd have let like full unleashed Boyega, because you'd have had him at the start of the film, you know, his little promo. People would have been losing their minds.
Yeah, that's true. There would have been too much Boyega.
Too much
You can't
Boyega.
have
Right.
a pre-Boyega and a main Boyega.
I
That's
feel like
too
we've
much
been.
Boyega.
I feel I've been stuck in the sticky dough of unfurnished bread for far too long. So we're gonna hop straight into the scores.
Fuck the singularity.
Let's
Fuck
start
AI. If they ever figure
scoring
out how
the
to
film.
find John Boyega,
So we're gonna go to, since he's talking already, we're gonna go to Ryan for his score. Ryan, where would you want to rate this film? From S to the Void. For anyone who's joining us who doesn't know, we As you can see on screen right now in front of you, if you are not just listening to this, it goes SABCDEF, and our unique podcast, The Void
Like
Zone.
every other
Okay.
He's singing.
Well,
He's singing.
I lost my voice earlier this week. Like today's the first day I've actually been able to fully speak properly.
And you've used it for bread, and it has been worth it.
Yeah, I've used it right.
Right, Ryan, where would you put it?
since we've got no films there, I really want to put it in D.
That is
but,
not a valid reason to put something in D.
but I gotta be honest. I mean, it's a good film. It's not great. It's you know, it feels like something that you would see on like ITV2 at like 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and you just like. It's got a runtime that's like an hour extra than the theatrical release, and you're just like, why not?
All right, intercepting you just before you give the score. Could I convince you to bump it up to B for bread?
No, it's gonna be C for ciabatta bread.
Oh,
All right, Ryan's popped it in C. All right, cool. All right, Joe, let's get. I feel like you're gonna have a similar opinion to Ryan, so we're gonna go with you first.
yeah, it's similar, but I will say the Darth Vader scenes for me do add some extra weight.
Mm-hmm.
I think besides Darth Vader in Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
which I think is by far the best we've seen him on screen. I know, I know a lot of fucking Star Wars fans. I'm not a mega Star Wars fan. I enjoy the films. I've seen them all. I enjoy I see you changing things to bread. I enjoy the shows. I know in the original films they like him. However, I think in this film he's got some great scenes. So I would like to put this film, I'd say, in a B.
All right, he's popping it in B. Right. All right, cool. D-Cos, where do you want to put it? B for bread.
I mean, before the bread, anyway, I was thinking it was going to go in B. It's a solid film, and I enjoy it a lot. Obviously, some of the jokes and stuff have worn out on me, but that's due to repetition of watching the film. That's not due to poor quality of the film. My opinion. It's a bit like Deadpool. You watch Deadpool so many times, the jokes are funny, but you don't laugh because you've seen them. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
But I can't really say anything overwhelmingly bad about the film. The only thing I can probably say is the CGI of some of the faces, but that's just because of technology and stuff. So
yeah, that's fair.
I give it a B.
You give it a B. B for bread. And
Yeah.
I actually quite enjoy Rogue One. So I would put it in I'd actually bump it for me personally, I'd put it in A for a repper bread. Which is a type of bread. It is a cornbread from South America. I looked it up. A repper bread. A repper bread. I'd pop it in A for me.
Well,
but I'm pretty sure the average is at B.
We
Yeah.
got 1 C, 2 B's, and an A. So
I think the average is at B. Yeah.
It's gonna
All right.
plot next crank.
That was an easy rating this week. Compared to last week.
I'm fine putting it.
Yeah, that's cool. All right,
I
cool.
expected that's where it go, but
Power, movie, magic, moving, things. Let's do it. I'll do it now. Right, welcome back.
No, Joe,
as you
you're
can
very
see,
right. You're very right. We don't need
Rogue One has nestled itself seductively into the bosom of bread tier. Our new tier.
I think, yeah, Cameron.
Right, I don't actually remember where we're leaving off, but anyway, so yeah, it's nestled into our new lovely bread tier.
Nice and toasty.
Nice and toasty, warm. It's being warmed by the heat of the little yellow crank next to it. It's keeping it nice and that can be the butter on top of the toast.
That's the butter on the bread.
Butter on the bread, baby.
Okay,
yeah.
do you butter your bread before you toast it, or do you toast it and then
What do you mean before? What? I didn't get butter all in the toaster. That'd be fucking crazy.
Are you okay?
You insane?
You know what?
I'm not even going to linger on this bullshit. We're going straight into the community favorite. Wants to know with Joe.
I'm a jam
Wants
man.
to know with Joe. Where we get to know what Joe wants to know. Little Joe. Right, Joe. What do you want to know?
I want to know that
He didn't prepare one for this week.
No.
Did he?
No, I
Oh,
had
shit,
two.
you hear that? It's a duck. We've
It's
been
a
talking
duck.
about bread. They've come.
No,
Oh
I
yeah, it
want
doesn't
to
have to
know.
be about the film, Joe. By the way.
Okay, no, okay. Well, I think instead of just a direct question, I want opinions. There was revealed some news that there will be a new Star Wars movie coming out, centering after Rise of Skywalker, and I want to hear your guys' opinions on said film. It's
I'm
going
excited.
to include
I don't
Rey.
know.
It's going to include Rey, and it's going to be
I
based
don't know
after.
who's directing it.
Does it have John
but based
Boyega
on
in?
a direct.
We don't.
Maybe.
Could
We
do.
can only live in hope.
Well,
okay.
what would you like the
A New
movie
Hope.
to be about?
So I know it's going to be shit straight off the bat. So I want it to be really shit, so it's as entertaining as possible. I desperately want the entire plot to be about how Rey is pregnant with Kylo Ren's Force ghost baby, and it comes out as like ethereal
That would be
mist.
so good.
She gives birth to like ethereal mist that becomes like some weird ghost human hybrid, and then it just becomes a Ghostbusters movie. I think that'd be fucking hilarious, and I'd lose my mind. If that...
and then Melissa McCarthy can show up.
Melissa McCarthy can show up. Maybe the baby looks a bit like Bill Murray, and then there's an issue between like Bill Murray and like Kylo Ren.
Bill Murray is the baby.
Bill Murray cast as the baby.
I think that would be absolutely hysterical because I'm going to be completely honest. If they even give it their best shot, it's still probably going to be a subpar film based on their track record. So I think it'd just be fucking hilarious and just go down an avenue of depraved nonsense.
I think it's going to be so far based on the fact that they've got nothing to base it on. If they went with the whole Star Wars legend, what happened after the
Did you say Star Wars Lego?
Legends.
Movies,
because like getting the lore from the Lego sets.
I'm excited about the High Republic, which apparently one of the Jedi in the new Jedi Survivor, is that the name? The game coming out next week. It's supposed to be a Jedi from the High Republic era who was frozen and left in a bacta tank. And he's supposed to be the villain because he's disappointed in how the Jedi's could let the Sith come to power. I'm excited about the High Republic because that is like, it's peak Yoda, peak Jedi. But I'm actually quite excited about the fact of they're going to do a film around the first Jedi. And how Jedi came to be.
Oh, bro! If the first Jedi's Bill Murray, I'm gonna lose it.
The first Jedi ever.
Also, when they were talking about timelines and everything, they showed a picture on the big screen of all the timelines, different eras. They put Star Wars Legends, which had a Darth Raven and Darth Maul and all that.
Wait, I've already got a stench of the bullshit that could happen with this. I already know they're gonna have the Rey ones, and I'm telling you, I already know exactly what they're potentially what they're planning. Because they've already got time travel in the Star Wars, and they've got like a place where they can jump through time and stuff. Goddamn, Rey's gonna have a fucking baby. It's gonna like, get lost to time and then become the first Jedi and create like a cycle, create like a fucking loop. It creates some looper bullshit.
Looper.
Have you heard the theory of Grogu? People are theorizing that Grogu's actually Yoda, and he ends up going to the world beyond.
Wouldn't it be so fucking funny if he was Yoda, but then he's also his own dad?
How can he be Yoda when he said his name's Grogu?
Because he doesn't know yet.
Because that's the name of Yoda.
Well, I mean, Yoda was just the name. The Yoda was just the name of the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoda was actually a real person. I know. I put some chat earlier.
Yoda
They had to CGI it.
He was Warwick Davis' long lost sister.
No, in
Bill
the
Murray's
original
stage
films,
name.
Yoda was like the
Yaddle.
actual actor was heavily addicted to ketamine. That's why his skin's like green and shit. I mean, you know, he went deep. So then he was in rehab when they released the prequel, so they had to CGI in Yoda. And you know, nowadays he's clean, he's sober, and that's why he was back for the Last Jedi.
Blue.
And blue.
Yeah, he was the
Dabba
True. All right, well, that's all I wanted to know. So,
hey, I haven't got to say anything.
Okay.
Let Ryan talk.
You say so much, yet so little it hurts.
Hey. Anyway, I know exactly what I'd want from the new Star Wars film, so hear me
Mhm.
out.
Many flatbread.
So,
But green
uh,
milk.
Ray, Poe, and Finn, they've all just
Oh.
moved. They've all
Oh,
just
yeah,
moved into a brand new house. Okay, and
Holy
somewhere
shit.
in like Middle America.
Mhm.
Anyway,
those
one night,
70s.
Poe, he's taking a shit, and his ass gets eaten by a mystical creature from the depths of the toilet bowl. And so, Ray and Finn, they're too scared to sleep in the house.
Why does this sound like
They
a
know-
log line?
They know what they saw in there. It was a shark.
Sounds like one
Inside
of
the
those.
plumbing.
No,
sounds like
we're not
one of
doing
those,
Shark House Star Wars.
Dude, they live outside. They
Oh,
then recruit. They then recruit like
It
a
sounds like one
Jedi
of those
Knight
shit.
to then go and fight. Because Jedi Knights, they're very well trained at fighting house sharks. But the Jedi Knight
right.
looks away and he gets fucked by the house shark. So then they have to like swim underwater, and the CGI and the effects, they're top draw, right out of the royalty-free bin.
Oh, nice.
In the end, they shoot the house shark in the face, but oh shit, that house shark got Finn pregnant, and that's how the
What?
sequel set up.
That's beautiful. Copyright that.
Yeah.
He's looking at the house shark right now. Maybe there's a bit of embellishment.
Just a tad.
Right.
Just a tad.
Oh yeah, and there's also a green unicorn that's bloody and battered.
Jesus. All right,
Nice.
Joe. What about you? We haven't asked you yet. What do you want?
Let's know Joe. We don't get to know what Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Joe
why
knows.
I
Do we
didn't know.
Joe gets
That's
to know
why-
what
Well,
we
Cameron
want
wants to know what
That's-
Joe wants to know with his Novo.
No.
I hope that they add General Grievous back into the movies.
All right, there we go. And that
controversial.
That is what I
say
wanted
something
to know.
controversial.
Okay.
After everything going on with all the TV shows, and the plot lines are going for, it's actually going to make Rise Skywalker semi-decent, because it's actually going to explain how Palpatine returns and why it gives us the perspective of the Republic / Rebels, of their perspective of how he just appeared, where we get to
Palpatine
now
returned
see
because
how
of
that
the
came
power
to-
of bread as part of a
Yeah.
healthy diet.
He rised like a
showing
healthy
that
loaf.
letting cock.
healthy
He
low.
rised like a healthy
And in
loaf.
that same vein, if the new Star Wars film isn't just 3 straight hours of Finn trying to eat a sandwich, but he keeps getting interrupted with Jedi bullshit, then it'll be a good time.
All right.
I've seen that somewhere. Well, the same premise. Can't remember where
That's
from.
what I wanted to know.
That's what we want to
There
know.
it is,
All right.
guys.
Thank you, Joe. Until
Yeah,
next week.
This has been a very scuffed
and-
episode, and
Right.
I cannot tell whose fault it is.
It's your fault.
This is right. However, with the What's to Know Joe, we would like to know what your opinions are. Because,
Ooh.
yeah, it's a new Star Wars film. We're curious what people think.
Yeah.
Outside the perspective and realm of our fucked imagination. And
Leave a comment on what you would want the new sequel films to be like, and also leave a comment on what
Leave
your
a
favorite
like
type
for
of
bread.
bread is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the
leave
more
a like for
important.
bread.
That's more
Um,
important than the previous comment. Leave
We
2
shall
comments if you have
throw up
to.
when
but
this episode
bread
goes
one,
live.
no.
We shall
If you got
throw
this
up a
far-
poll of your favorite breads.
Yeah.
I will do exactly that. There's
So
a lot of
out.
fucking bread.
thank you for listening this week. We were reviewing Rogue One. It is B tier, and we were the worst bread podcast in the world. You can follow us on. Give us a like.
No, we were the
subscribe.
worst movie podcast in the world, Karen. Because we
Bread.
talked about bread the whole time.
We were the best
That's why.
bread podcast in the world.
Yeah. Number one.
Thank you all for listening. Follow us on the socials like Instagram and stuff. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit the bell, subscribe. Everyone say bye.
Bye,
Bread.
Bye.
Bread.